I've had this Antarctic version of the Blancpain Swatch for around 10 months now. I got it in June or July 2024. And yesterday I went and picked this up, the Blue Lagoon version. And Swatch have made some changes that completely changes the way the watch wears on the wrist. Stay tuned for a mini review of the watches and what has changed, and why I think there's one small change which has massively improved the wearability of this watch. Now, if you've seen some of my older videos, I'll link one of them up in the corner somewhere. You might be wondering, when I'm lucky enough to be able to wear something like what's in that video, why on earth would I want to own one of these swatches? If you haven't seen what I'm referring to in that video, check it out after this video. I'll also put in the link in the description somewhere as well, so you can have a look. Well, watches have always been a passion of mine. Some people refer to it as being a bit of a hobby, and these swatches represent the much less serious, fun side of watches for me. I get equal and sometimes more joy wearing something colourful and playful like this as I do wearing some of the more luxurious timepieces that I own. A watch doesn't have to be serious, expensive, high-end, or even mechanical. I do love me a G-Shock. These put a smile on my face every time I put them on. And very quickly, if you are enjoying the content, please don't forget to subscribe. Still, around 90% of you watching my videos are not subscribed. It would really help the channel out if you click that subscribe button, and YouTube can then let you know when I drop the next video. Thanks. Right, so let's take a quick look at the boxes for the two. Boxes are virtually the same, save for the colour and the writing, which refers to the specific model of the watch. Inside, you get, obviously, take away the outers, and you get another inner box for both. Taking these off, which one's going to win the race? Blue Lagoon's won the race there. Let's put these to the side. Oops. Inside, you get a nice watch case for each of the watches. This one, Antarctic's got the white detailing. This one, the Blue Lagoon, has blue detailing. You also get some paperwork inside, which is specific to the version of the watch, this Blue Lagoon version, and then this one is the Antarctic. The Antarctic one is much thicker, I guess, because it's got a lot more information about all the other watches. But yeah, you do get specific info about the one in question as well there. So let's get these boxes away and off to the side. And then when you open them up, you're presented with a very nice watch box that these come with, much better than the box that you don't get with the Moon swatches. But yeah, once you pop these open, you're presented with both the watches there. Taking these out, similarities between both. These are both made from Swatch's bioceramic, whatever plastic type material. They both have a very nice matte texture. You get the automatic Swatch's automatic System 51 movement included with these. That has 80 hours of power reserve and it also has a display case back. On both, you get a very stiff, reassuringly stiff and clicky bezel. This is the Blue Lagoon sound, and then this is the sound of the Antarctic Ocean. Both have no play, and very nicely made and very stiff. And the loom is also fantastic on both of these. The whole outer bezel, all the markings on the bezel are loomed, as well as the hands and the numbers. On this one's got a bit more loom because all of the loom pips at 12, 3, 6 and 9. So let's take a look at the Antarctic Ocean first. This one is slightly different to most of the others in the range in that this one doesn't have a date. So you've got a very clean dial on this one. There's some text at the top, which reads Blancpain 50 Fathoms Swatch, which is in the upper half. And instead of text in the lower half, you get a water contact indicator with the word Scuba on it. Strap is a NATO style strap, so it's got a double layer of material covering the case back at the back. This, when you're wearing it, then makes the watch fit slightly proud of your wrist, which does mean that when you're trying to wear it with a shirt cuff, it doesn't really pass under the shirt cuff at all, so it kind of snags all the time. So it's not the best for wearing with a shirt, but with a t-shirt, it looks absolutely fantastic. The great thing about a NATO strap is because the watch, there's that double layer underneath. If one of these was to fail, the watch is still attached to your wrist by the rest of the strap on. Say if this was to fail, that's still attached, so the watch will not fall off your wrist, so it makes it much harder to lose the watch. Much harder to lose the watch. But what you will notice is, just tuck this back inside. You get extra material on a NATO, which you do a double pass over, and then it gets trapped down here. But what you will notice is, because of that, it sits quite proud on the wrist because of that double layer underneath. So it definitely will not fit through underneath the shirt. Sorry. Taking this off, you do have a display case back at the back, but with this one, it's obviously covered by the strap because of that NATO style strap. So you do need to pull the whole thing apart in many ways just to get a look at the back. I've still got the plastic on here. Let's get that off. But yeah, you've got the back. You can see the rotor there and the rest of the decoration on the back of the movement. Moving on to the Blue Lagoon version. This version, in line with the rest of the range, this does have a date complication at 4:30. Generally, I prefer having a date because I'm pretty terrible at remembering what the date is, and usually at least daily I'll use my watch to check what the date is. The text in the upper half is also, let's take this apart. The text in the upper half is also slightly different as well, omitting the 50 fathoms text and just having Blancpain Swatch on this one. The 50 fathoms text moves below, where you don't have the water contact indicator. You've just got Scuba 50 fathoms and the depth rating of 91 meters or 300 feet down there at the bottom. The strap is where the newest version differs the most from the original models in the range. So flipping this over, again, sorry, forgotten to take the plastic off. You don't have that NATO style strap. Instead, they've gone for a more traditional two-piece strap, still in the same sort of nylon cloth material, but it's a more traditional strap. This does mean, as opposed to the NATO, that this is a lot less secure on the wrist. If one of these was to fail, your whole watch would fall off your wrist. But it does change the profile of the watch significantly, and it makes the watch wear a lot smaller than the Antarctic and other versions. Anyway, you don't have anywhere near as much strap material. There's a good 3-4 inches extra on here. But when you're wearing it, the watch hugs the wrist much more closely because you don't have that material underneath, which then means you can wear this with a shirt and it will nicely pass through underneath it. For some reason I'm on camera and I cannot put this watch on. Madness. Right. Better. Right. The strap is a little bit thinner than that on the Antarctic though, and you can definitely feel it there. So putting this on, eventually, it definitely sits much closer to the wrist. Much closer to the wrist. I'm hoping you can pick that up on the camera. I'll put some photos in of comparing the two as well. But it definitely sits much closer to the wrist. It changes the whole look and vibe. It's much more comfortable actually this way. And again, like I said, it will nicely pass under a shirt cuff. The other benefit is you don't have to remove the strap to see the movement, which again, all of these are decorated with a nudibranch, which is specific to the color, and you can see the rotor. And yeah, it's plastic. It's a machine made movement. It's nothing fancy, but it's still nice to be able to see the rotor hanging out there underneath. Both the watches have Swatch written across the side, and you also get the Blancpain signing on the crown. So yeah, that one simple change actually has changed the way this watch wears massively, and it's actually much more wearable in this way, because having that watch that sits so proud like the Antarctic version does limit the occasions when you can wear it, whereas this one, color notwithstanding, definitely works better with more clothing. So there you have it. I hope you've liked the video. If you have enjoyed it, if you enjoyed watching, please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.